welcome to Information Please, your Peoria Public Library on the air, bring you information about your library and your community. And this evening I'm excited to have a representative from the Peoria Camera Club, an organization that's been around a long time and is having a great seminar come up. This is Rich Seeman. Hi, Rich.
Good morning. Good evening, I should say.
Yes, it's evening. So glad you would come. I was really excited. You brought some flyers and things to advertise the seminars you do every year, and I thought, well, I've really got to get somebody on the show because we like to talk about things that have been in Peoria for a long time, and certainly the Camera Club's been around for
60 years.
60 years, yeah.
But, you have a 60-year anniversary, 1954.
1954, yeah. Okay, all right. Well, one of the things that you do a lot is bring in people that can share information with local photographers who want to learn and expand their talents, and so you're having a seminar and the art and craft of photography.
Yeah, the art and craft of photography. Bill Fortney is going to be our speaker this year. He divides his presentation, his thoughts about photography into two areas, the art and craft. The art being the visualizing the image you want to make and thinking about how you want people to feel about it, how do you feel about it. And then the craft is all the camera controls, the technical stuff that kind of gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah, that's always my sticking point, is the controls and, and the equipment, because I keep changing it. How long have you been doing these seminars now?
For 39, it's our 39th year.
See, that's a long time of bringing something wonderful to the community.
We've had some major speakers, like Franz Lanting from National Geographic was here a couple years ago. George Lepp has an article in Outdoor Photographer, and he obviously a great photographer also.
Oh, great. Well, why does the club do these programs?
Several reasons. The seminar helps support our financial needs to bring in speakers like this, and also our workshops and stuff that we'll talk about a little bit later maybe. The driving force of our club is education and helping people learn. And this is a prime example of that. Bill's a great instructor, and he'll be a big benefit to people that attend the seminar.
Oh, that's great. So let's show a little bit more about this. This is some of the things he's going to cover, and a lot of people probably have no idea what a white balance is, or you know, camera controls, workflow. What do some of these things mean? Okay,
the camera controls, for example, shutter, aperture, ISO. What Bill's thrust will be is how you can control those things to improve your image. Not just study the camera, but how do you use those things to make your image better?
How to put the tools to work.
How to put the tools to work. So again, he's kind of combining the art and the craft. The art, this is what I want to do. The craft is what I use to get there.
Okay. So okay. And what he talks about composing images for impact.
Yeah. You need to go beyond what just taking a picture is. He wants to have an image that grabs people and keeps them looking at the image. And he likes to use things like leading lines and using different lenses to change perspective on what the person sees in the image.
Yeah, so this is far away from your camera phone and there's your friend standing in front of the whatever, and this is when you see, you know, something that just really catches your eye, and like fine art.
Yes.
Basically, he's going to take people to that.
There's always been a struggle between art and photography.
Yes.
And Bill kind of bridges that gap for us, we think.
And makes photography into art.
Yes.
Great. All right. Well, what's workflow?
Workflow is what do you do with the image once you have it in your camera? How do you get it in your computer, for example? How do you use software to improve a great image that you already have? People like to think of, well, I can use my computer and software to make an image that's junk into something great, and you can't. You got to have a good image first, and then the workflow is what are the steps you use to get that image to where you want it to be.
Okay, then you can refine it a little bit, but you can't, what is that whole thing about you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear? That thing. So
or garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah, garbage in, garbage out. You've got to have a good image to start with, and then you can tweak it a little bit. Okay, well, this is how you register for this great thing, and so people can see this image, or you can You have a website, right?
Yeah,
where people can go?
www.peoriacameraClub.com, and how you can register there. You go to that website and you can download a paper registration form if you want to,
Okay.
and mail that in. The instructions are all there and the fees are there. Or you can register online using your credit card through a company called Eventbrite. And there's a link there that'll take you there and allow you to, it's really the quickest and easiest way to do it.
Quick and easy, just do it online, and safe, of course.
And safe, yes.
Okay, and let's look at what it costs to do this.
Yeah.
And you've got early bird.
Yeah, the general public registration fee is good up until midnight, basically on the 6th of March.
Okay.
And it's $75. After the 6th, it becomes $85.
Okay.
And that's true for the general registration and the students, as you see in the graph here, and also for the PCC members.
Okay. So how much is a membership in case somebody
A membership
wants to
is
join?
$20. If you join during the day of the seminar or immediately afterwards, you can get the seminar fee and be a member for $75. So it saves you $20.
That's a great deal to be a member and join all at once. Yeah, and then
there are a lot of other benefits from membership. We can talk about those again a little bit later.
Yeah, we can. And I'm not sure that we ever told people where this is taking place.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Yeah, so they know whether they want to make the journey.
It's at the Performing Arts Center at the Illinois Central College.
Okay.
The East Campus.
Easy to find.
Easy to
parking.
find. In fact, it's so easy. When you get confirmation from our internet provider, it has a map and directions and everything where to find the specific area. It's the Performing Arts Center is really a nice facility.
It's beautiful, and they have their own parking lot right at the door.
Lot
you don't
C,
have to do that lot way the heck out there.
It's a beautiful facility.
It is a great place, and I imagine they're going to take advantage of the big screen and everything.
And they have 2 side screens now that can show images at the same time.
Okay,
It's really
I haven't
great.
seen that. That'll be very nice. All right. And it actually takes place on March 14th.
Yes, March 14th. Doors open at 8 o'clock, and the seminar starts at 9. We'll finish at 4, and there's a couple of breaks in the morning and the afternoon, and then a lunch break, obviously, also.
Okay.
We provide the lunch.
Oh, nice.
It saves a little bit more money, and this club also provides snacks and drinks.
Okay, so it's not like you have to bundle up and
No.
go drive to McDonald's or something. You can just stay there.
everything right there. Yeah.
And probably another advantage of the whole thing is networking with people.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, there it is. Yes. It's interesting to see some of the same people come back, and then some new people coming back with those. It's really, really kind of fun.
Yeah, and be able to do that. All right. And then what else, other than they get the seminar, the lunch, snacks, what else do they get?
Well, this year, Bill, our presenter, is really giving us a great deal on, he's got a series of 6 ebooks that normally sell for $25, and everyone that attends is going to get a link to get those free.
Oh,
so
that's
really,
a good
if you
deal.
pay $75, you're going to end up only paying $55.
Yeah,
get those
plus
books.
a membership to the club.
Plus a membership to the club, all kinds of good things, yes.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a really good deal and really reasonable for everything you get,
Yes,
so
yes.
that'll be exciting. Yeah. What are you personally hoping to get out of the presentation this year? What's your burning question?
I struggle with the art end of it. I'm great at knowing all the stuff about the camera, but I struggle sometimes with how do I make this image, how do I make people understand why I took this image and why I think it's great. And I hope to get something out of it this year that way. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do the people come to this, are they all amateurs? Do you have people who are professionals that come?
There are a few professionals. Most of them are amateurs. A lot of them are camera club members from the Central Illinois and Iowa and Indiana, Wisconsin and Michigan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you do have people that travel just to do this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's exciting to know too, that people would make a trip to come. So maybe people right here should take advantage.
Yes.
Yeah. And
it would really be great if our membership right now is about 114. If we could get half of those people to come, that'd be great.
It'd be fabulous. Yeah. Well, and the tie-in with Peoria Public Library, and one of the reasons I wanted to bring this forth is, of course, we have so many resources for photographers. Books, I'm sure we even have DVDs, and then of course our website, we have so many references and things you can look up stuff. Even if you're wanting to buy new camera equipment, we have consumer reports. You can go and research that with your library card. You don't have to buy it. You don't even have to come into the library. If you have your library card and a PIN number, you can do it from home. But then also we have our gallery, and more we find people are hearing about our gallery and our shows, and we have people who are local photographers who enter things like the Rennick Art Show. We have high school students who are photographers who enter the congressional competition. There's photography shows up frequently. Our Veterans Art Show, the veterans are using photography in many ways for healing, and we have some fabulous photographs. So, well, we haven't had a show that's strictly photography from your club, and I hope we'll be able to tell people, maybe we'll be able to do that down the line. We've had a lot of shows that have featured local amateur photographers mixed in with the artwork, so this is a great opportunity for those folks to improve their art a little bit too. And of course, you welcome high school students too. Obviously, you have students on there, college students, so I have to hope those young photographic artists take advantage.
They do, yes.
Yeah. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about the club. When was it founded?
1954, in September 1954, so we're just past our 60th anniversary. In fact, one of our founding members is still a member.
Oh.
She's still around, and she's getting up in age, but she attends the meetings too.
She still comes to the meetings and still...
And still a great photographer.
Yeah, and we were talking about that once upon a time it was called the Peoria Color Camera Club.
Yeah. And people wondered, well, why is it, looking at this image here, that's not a color image. Why is it called color? So we changed it to Peoria
finally,
Camera Club.
it's the Camera Club, I think at the time maybe color photography was a really big deal when they founded it. And required a lot of exploration.
Like digital is today.
Well, okay, and so what else do you do besides this one big event?
Okay, we have 3 meetings every month from September through May. The first meeting, they're always on the Tuesdays. The first Tuesday of the month is a general meeting where we have a speaker, sometimes a local speaker, sometimes someone else, sometimes a club member, give a presentation on how to take pictures.
Okay.
And so that's one of our learning and educational things. The second meeting is the third Tuesday of the month. They're always at 7 o'clock too. And that was a competition meeting. Well, someone might say, well, what's competition got to do with learning? Well, when our club members compete in these competitions against one another, they get feedback from the judges. This is what I think is great about the image. This is how I would improve the image. So again, it's a learning experience for everyone. And the third program is the digital meeting on the fourth Tuesday, and it is all about the part of the process we talked about, the workflow, how to improve your image using computer and other processing methods.
Where does the club meet?
It meets at the church at the corner of Glen and I can't think now all of a sudden. Corner of Glen and Knoxville. There's a church at the corner of Glen and Knoxville, and that's where we meet in the evening.
Okay. Do they have a computer lab that you use when you do the digital things?
No, when we do digital things, club has its own computer, its own projector, its own screen, so we've got all the equipment we need wherever we're going to run a program. So that's how we do that.
Well, that's great. So three meetings a month. That's a lot. I don't
think
most clubs meet that often.
Not everyone attends every meeting, obviously. We also run workshops during the year. We got a fall workshop on portrait photography and a spring workshop coming up end of this month, winter one I should say, on tabletop photography, how to arrange things on a tabletop to take pictures.
Oh, so that's almost like what artists do with
yes, exactly what artists do. Yeah,
almost a
and
studio
then we
art
sometimes
kind of thing.
we go to a local school that has a computer lab, and we use that to help people learn how to use the computer even more.
Oh, okay.
And we have outings, 4 or 5 outings a year, where our leader goes out and takes people to an area that has good photo opportunities, and people have and then we eat a lot too.
Then you eat, okay. That's big with many of our book clubs too. The eating part or the chocolate. Chocolate seems to be involved in a lot of our book clubs.
We have banquets and all kinds of things.
Oh, all right. Well, that sounds like fun. Photos and food.
Yeah.
Do you take photos of your food? That's always popular on Facebook, taking photos of what you're eating.
I have not done that, but other people have, yes.
I have to say that I'm guilty of that, but if you go someplace really cool and you've got this really beautiful plate, why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Okay, so some of the things you do with your digital processing meetings are like Adobe Photoshop,
Yeah.
Lightroom, Elements. Those are all programs, and in the past the library has offered some free classes. We had got some funding and had a photographer or someone who knew the software. I'm not sure they were a photographer, they just knew the software.
Knew the software, and we've
That
had members
taught
attend
people.
those.
Did
Yes,
they?
Yes.
Did they? Okay.
Particularly the Elements one and the Photoshop one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lightroom was kind of new then.
Yeah, Lightroom. There's so much out there that people, is your club a good place for people to come and discuss which of these many things they might want to
No
buy
question
or
about
use?
it. Yes, yes. And
Until-
in addition to the structured learning activities, every one of our members, everyone, almost all of our members are more than willing to help anybody do anything, as long as it's photography or something.
Yeah,
related to
photography related,
Yeah.
or maybe food related.
Or maybe food related, yeah.
That's great. So when you do a workshop then, which is one of the other things you do, and it looks like you do 3 of those. When you do portraits, what sort of portraits are you doing? Are you having people bring in their kid and?
You could, but we hire the models, kids or people that portray a certain, like we have an Indian come in, maybe with all this headdress and stuff, clowns, and they're set up in scenes with lights and everything, and we get them all set up, and then people can take pictures and manipulate the lights and learn about how to do that, as well as take great images. Every time we have a competition, we'll see an image that we know someone's
Somebody
taken
did
one of
at your
these.
work
Yeah,
at your workshop.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting because that's probably not something that people have the opportunity to do very
That's right.
often.
Oh, and that's another thing. All this equipment is available to our club members to use. If they want to borrow our lights and setups and everything, they can do that also.
Well, that's a reason to join right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And so that, how long have you been doing that? Where you offered these like the workshops?
Been doing
Does that go
workshops
way back to the
for-
beginning, or?
No. Probably the last 10 years we've been doing workshops.
Okay.
Both the fall. It used to be one big one, portraits and tabletops. Now we've got divided into 2 separate ones. And these are basically for our members. Our members, and we're closely associated with the Coderomers in Bloomington. Their members
Okay.
also attend our workshops.
Okay. What do workshops cost? Are they free to the
They're
members?
free to the
or-
members.
If
We
you're
ask
not
for
a member,
donation. We ask for a donation to help pay for things, but
can someone who's not a member come to those, or do you have to join?
we have to join. Yeah.
So you might as well come to the seminar and
Yeah, join.
pay your $20
Yeah,
and get the deal there, and then come.
Yeah. There are some you can come to our meetings without being a member. There's nothing wrong with that. You can attend all the meetings, but you can't compete in our competitions unless you're a member, and you can't attend the workshops unless you're a member.
Okay. Do you, this may seem like an odd question, but being concerned with our gallery, do you teach people about framing?
Yes.
And hanging?
In fact,
'Cause
I've taught
that's
a thing on matting. and
such a
framing.
makes such a huge difference when somebody wants to display a photo,
Yeah.
how it's framed and displayed.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
And so that's great to know too,
Yeah,
that people
yeah.
can learn about that. Where are some of the places you've gone on your outings?
One of our favorites is down in southern Illinois. There's a person that has a wetlands area with a lot of butterflies and insects and frogs and just variety. He's got this thing developed for that kind of activity, for photography. He is a photographer, and we go there. We go to we've been to the Illinois Train Museum up by, I can't remember where it is right now, up north anyway. Some local parks, Detweiler in the early spring to photograph
that's a
wildflowers.
beautiful place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you can get some great photographs at Detweiler in the early spring. I don't think people realize what's the small things that are out there and underneath.
And
So-
in the July-August time frame, the Jubilee College area, their
yes.
wildflower areas are just phenomenal.
Yeah, to
for
go out there
wildflowers,
and
yeah.
do that. Wonderful. Now, do you pack people up on a bus, or did they just get there on their own?
They get there on their own, yeah.
Oh, a bus driver
Well,
would be
bus
fun.
or share a car, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we talked about the dues and all that, but how many people belong to your club?
So we currently have 114 members, and that fluctuates over time. We'll have people join and stay in for a couple, 3 years until they find something more interesting maybe and go on. But we're always around 114, 120, 130 members. Yeah.
Okay. And is that when you have a meeting, then do all those people come? Or
We
is
generally
it
have
smaller?
between 40 and 50 people at a meeting.
Okay, so you may have a smaller group then,
Yes,
small
yeah.
enough to be organized
Yes,
and
yes,
network and,
yes,
and talk. Okay.
We have a lot of positions in our club. I mentioned, well, maybe I didn't mention them. We have president, vice president, and we depend upon our group to fill those jobs differently every year. So
Oh, yeah.
it's another way of them learning how to do things besides photography.
Yeah,
which is
and
great.
then it's a great experience when to learn those leadership things in
Yes.
a club. It can help your career, and for people who haven't had a lot of experience with that and learn how meetings are run, it somehow really opens your eyes to the rest of the world,
Yeah.
what people are doing. And I had asked you what you were, and currently you're just working on the seminar.
I'm working
but
on the seminar.
You've been everything else too.
Yeah, yeah.
How long have you been a member of the club?
Since about 1982.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I was a
long
member of
time.
the Caterpillar Photography Club for years, and then it dissolved. I don't remember why it dissolved, and I
Okay.
joined the Peoria Camera Club.
Okay. Yeah.
It was kind of a scary experience when I joined, but I learned right away that the people there really are there to help you, and that was
Okay.
great.
Do you think that the club focuses more on what I would call art photography, or like journalism type photography?
Okay.
Where do you know the difference
Yes,
I mean?
Yes, yes. Some of our competition, we had 4 different competition categories. We have nature, photojournalism, creative, I guess there's 3, those 3, and a lot of our members, and scenic photography. A lot of our members are really into nature and scenic photography. We got some people that are into art, that into the creative thing, like this image that's on the monitor right now. It's just a regular photograph, but it's been created great just the way he shot it, and then manipulated a little bit in Photoshop to create
little
that
bit
image.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should look at. We've got some more by club members
Okay.
there.
This was taken at our workshop. I think the title was Deep Thought or something like that. I can't remember right now. It was taken by one of our members. What do we had next year? Another one?
Yeah.
Maybe?
If the control will work.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, this was taken down at one of the lakes south of us here a little bit by one of our members again, and it is just phenomenal. That's
is.
natural. Yeah, how do you get those reflections in the water, in the lily pads, and the lilies?
Has to be the right day.
Oh, that's a key point. You have to be there. To take pictures, you have to be there. And if you're don't have your camera with you, you're out of luck also.
Yeah.
Some of our members just got their camera with them all the time.
Yeah.
When they see something, that's great.
Yeah.
This
We
was
have-
taken at a probably one of our local workshops that we ran maybe a year ago.
Yeah, spectacular day. It's like if you're one of the people who commutes in and out of Peoria and drives across the bridge, I can't tell you, how many spectacular scenes you see
Yeah.
going across that
Yeah.
bridge morning and evening, and of course you can't stop in the middle of the bridge
No.
and take a picture. That doesn't work.
No, but there are places you can go on the river to take great pictures.
Yeah, and I think we have one more there.
Yeah, that's one of our nature photographers took this picture. This was taken down in Florida, I believe.
Oh, okay.
At Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge.
Nice. Well, I know around here this time of year we start to see a lot of eagle photographs too.
Yes, yes.
That's big.
Here, and people go over to the Mississippi River over by Lock 14.
And
I
Starved
believe it is.
Rock has some
And Starved Rock has
spectacular
eagles
eagle,
too. Yeah.
eagle
Yeah,
viewing
yeah,
spots.
yeah.
So that's really great. Well, you have a little bit more information about your club. What is Central Illinois Camera Club Association?
Okay, that's a group of camera clubs, about 14 camera clubs based in Central Illinois, like Springfield, Champaign, Bloomington, a couple from Iowa, and some of them up north, Morris. And we have a meeting twice a year, and we have a competition twice a year. We have 2 different competitions.
Okay.
This is where the real good photographers want to get their best images to compete in these competitions. And it's a learning exercise too.
Oh,
all
yeah,
these
yeah.
competitions, yeah.
That would be it. Make a nice display, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then PSA. What is that one?
Photographic Society of America is. The title's kind of misleading. It's an international organization now. It used to be just based in America, but it's international. Has club members and members from around the world, and our club happens to manage the International Insect Salon for PSA.
Wow.
We get images from everywhere in the world, and we get some judges and judge them, and then the Entomological Society of Illinois takes those and puts together a book.
Oh,
it's
amazing.
Really a great activity.
Do we have a copy of that at the library?
I don't know.
We should.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a local connection. Those
Yeah.
things go right in our local history
Yeah.
collection and,
Yeah.
and are there permanently.
okay.
You're not allowed to check them out because we don't want to
Okay.
lose them.
Okay.
So, and what is the Heart of Illinois
Oh, yeah.
photo competition?
Yeah. Heart of Illinois Photo Competition is a print competition that the club manages for the Heart of Illinois. We gather all the images, send out notifications about getting people to compete, and hire judges and organize the one barn out there with all the photos in it. It's a lot of work, and we do that for the Heart of Illinois Fair. We don't get
that's
paid or
great.
anything.
Yeah, you just do it as
Just
volunteers.
do it as a volunteer thing, yeah. Again, an educational thing. We
Yeah.
look at it that way, yeah.
Yeah, and think how many people come to the fair and see
Yeah.
those great
We have
images.
about between 300 to 450 images,
Oh,
prints
yeah.
each year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we are out of time, so I want to
Okay.
encourage people to get to your website, and if you can't find it, well, at the library, just call the library, we'll find it for you. We have brochures up and flyers up, and you can enjoy their seminar, become a member of the club, and we hope we'll be seeing a lot more of their photography maybe in our gallery in the future. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week on Information Please.